Hi everyone. This here was a perfect game for me as AP Shaco Jungle. My bot lane and mid lane both completely failed, and my top lane went even at best. Bot lane pretty quickly was trying to surrender, so they were pretty tilted. I went 11-0-12, so 0 deaths, and I ended the game with the highest CS farm. The big thing here that made me come out on top was instantly having good decision making when it came to cross map plays and tracking the enemy jungler. Every time he tried to make a play somewhere else on the map, I would instantly go in and try and take his camps. The likelihood of making a play in a lane is kind of low because they're so behind, so I have to make up for that somewhere else. I think one of the traps with Shaco is focusing too much on ganking and too much as a kill champion when you can actually be an incredible farmer as well. So make sure you do a good balance of both ganking lanes and picking up free kills, but also farming as best you can. This was a gold 3 match, so it wasn't anything super high, but it still is awesome when you're able to carry these games so hard. I'd love to get feedback on how you as a viewer would like to see some of these replays. Do you like them to have commentary all the way through? Do you want them to kind of be sped up and I just highlight the key moments? Or do you just like raw gameplay with no commentary and just having a game run in the background? That'd be interesting to know too. So whatever you have an opinion on, please let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm a new channel. It helps me tremendously. You know, something like 97% of you that watch my videos are not currently subscribed, so anything helps. Thank you very much, and I'll make a few notes on this one throughout the video and just making some tiny comments of what I'm thinking during this match. And to start that off, I'm just doing a simple top to bot strategy where we clear our top camps, path towards bot lane, and try for a gank in bot. I thought my Sylas was going to be like a normal Sylas and be very aggressive, but when I tried to make this gank against Gwen, nothing to kind of came from it. So it was kind of unfortunate. I tried to linger around a little bit for bot lane to maybe make an engage here, but they were too pushed in, so I couldn't really do anything. After checking mid lane, I see that Gwen was really low, so I just went for a play there. Luckily, my arcane comment gets the finishing kill here. This is one of the reasons why I run flash on Shaco. You can cross the map, especially from a brush, so far. It really does surprise people and can help you secure some of those kills. So my flash gets me the backstab, gets me a slow, and then I can finish it with my E. Now I was right about to plan to recall here, but Naafiri showed in top trying to gank Riven. And so right away I knew her Raptors were up. So I went straight to those and got some extra XP and gold. I was also able to get a ward in the bush, so now we can track the enemy jungler. And Shaco's mobility is so good. I can be pretty sneaky with getting golems too. I think I had a smite up as well, so I'm getting their camps right after spawn and kind of getting myself fed through farm. And in solo queue fashion, we showed where the jungler was. I pinged them for them to back off, and they still kind of linger around too long to get picked off, and Brandon barely ends up dying. But it was still unfortunate that there was so much warning for this to happen. He was planning to just go top to bot, but it was kind of obvious that Naafiri was trying to do dragon, and I think I got a vision somehow here that showed that they were killing it very slowly. I'm coming back from a fresh buy, so I know I'd have a little bit of a power spike, so I felt like I could really contest this properly. Luckily, they didn't have vision, and I'm able to kind of disrupt them and stall them until my team got there. Our teams ended up fighting each other while Naafiri and I knew we had to do a smite battle, and so I made sure to throw my dagger and smite instantly at the same time, and it did around probably like 700 or 800 damage to get the steal. From here, I just run straight back to farming. Of course, some of the teammates just started to stay too long and got picked off, but I wanted to make sure that Naafiri didn't take my top side camps, so just return to top to bot. Right as I'm finishing my bot side camps, Riven shows Naafiri's on grubs. So once again, I head to their side and take their bot side camps to get fed through farming. I made several shorts on this, but you have so much ability to get free kills off champions over pushing. And here I was able to get another kill, free kill on Quen. Without anything to do, I can head back to town and just return to top to bot.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Here was a really obvious tower dive coming in, so again, people over pushing towers. It's like free kills for Shaco. You just stealth over, drop a trap, and it just disrupts everything. And this Naafiri pretty much gets completely stopped. this was one of those moments where my bot lane got caught out, and I just wanted to try and help them. Luckily, because this happens a lot, where if you don't gank bot or you don't gank a lane very often, they have no idea how much damage your clone can do, and they just killed it down, exploded, and I was able to just get a free kill that way too, and kind of make some trades. From here, I was planning to just return basically back to my top to bot strategy. I'm so powerful at this point that my one box can start clearing raptors. I can move around the map more. My Riven was dueling the Mordekaiser, and he just barely gets away, but it makes up for an easy clone dive. So I immediately jump over the wall, pop my clone, drop a box for protection, and just send my clone in. Riven obviously sees that this is what I'm doing, and so I'm able to push Mordekaiser up, and we get another easy kill. And Riven is able to take out the tower. And I'm able to return to back to farming and do a top to bot. During my topside farm, my Jhin got pushed into our own jungle and got chased. I was able to split their support and AD carry with a box, and then I was able to pick up an easy kill as well. You can really see that the top to bot farming strategy and just being really aware of your lanes, especially as Shaco with so much high mobility and different angles you can jump lanes, you can really just be a focus on farming, but positionally aware of what's going on around the map for free kills. I'm pretty sure I had an item spike at this point, so I wanted to back immediately, so I had that item for the dragon fight. And so got my item, bot, got my power spike, cleared bot camps, and then went straight to the dragon. Unfortunately for me, I found out that they were already on it. And so without a team here, I tried to pull off my clone over the wall trick, but it didn't work out. And so I just had to leave. And luckily with some clone snapping shenanigans, I was able to bait them out and get away. This was a pretty chaotic team fight that happened. I really have to weave in and out because I know that there are champions that are technically stronger than my team, and Gwen causes a lot of problem with her magic damage immunity and crowd control immunity or untargetable stuff, so it's a difficult to sometimes finish her off because of that. And I'm really just trying to be annoying, drop traps, and use my E on cooldown, and I'm able to secure a bunch of kills and kite them around. I get another combat kill, which is hilarious. I think that's like 3 or 4 combat kills this game, something like that. I think I got another one on Mordekaiser and Gwen twice. So it's really funny just how much combat can come in handy. In this team fight, they took the bait with my clone, exploded, took Mordekaiser and their Gwen down really low. So we were just able to clean up mostly here. We were able to secure Otacon, but I know that meant that we kind of had to forfeit Dragon mostly. And so I wanted to hover around and just make sure I get as many traps down as possible. Here I'm using my clone to just scout out a little bit. These traps ended up getting me a free kill. Kai'Sa tried to come in from the brush. I was able to get a trap and E down that brought her really low. And then you'll see later on, she actually walks into my other trap that I placed down early, which nets me another combat kill. Even though I'm really strong, it's pretty easy to kill Shaco. No matter how fed you are always a glass cannon. And so I don't want to force this objective without my team. And so I just back away from it, I forfeit it, and we find a Mordekaiser kill, and then we're able to push in as a team, and he still gets a steal on it, but, it's not me dying and giving away 1,000 gold plus Dragon. I'm going to try and bring up the scoreboard more often in these videos, but you can see I'm 907. I've got the highest farm in the game, and so even with a failing mid and bottom lane and an even top, I'm doing extremely well, and it's really working out. With 3 of their team members dead and Naafiri pushed out, we can clearly make a Baron play, a very early Baron play. So before we go after it, I'm making sure to clear out their jungle, of all jungle blast cones and any type of scryer orbs that are there, dropping as many traps as I can, and then we can easily take down Baron. Immediately after we get Baron, I go right back to farming bot to top. at this stage of the game, I'm really trying to just have a bigger focus on being a bit more aggressive with my boxes and trying to get more vision deeper in their jungle. This helps you establish a lot more kind of control and be that control mage around objectives. Because they're pushed in, I'm trying to flank with boxes, and that makes it really hard and difficult for them to back out of a fight, and it starts to get really dangerous for them. This dragon, you can tell they're just starting to get really desperate. They're trying to dive for things that they shouldn't be doing, and it just starts to become a lot of free kills. I'm just trying to be as defensive as possible, putting boxes by my AD carry, put them behind in defensive positions, and not trying to over push and extend. With the bot side objective down, now I can transition into just protecting top side and putting as many traps as I can, clearing out the jungle plants as always, and just trying to set up for so-called Baron. At this point, this next fight becomes a little bit chaotic, but at the same time, Riven is really being able to kill people 1v1 at this point, and some of my traps help here and there, and I'm just kiting and supporting as best I can, and it just kind of works out in our favor. The game is pretty much over at this point, and we get Baron, and then we're able to just cleanly close out the game by pushing through bot.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
If you reach this part of the video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. You can put a Shaco for the win in the comments below, and I'll know you're a great viewer. If you have any questions about Shaco gameplay, you can also ask me those in comments. I'll be happy to answer them. You can see with my final score of the game, 252 CS, top CS of the game, 12-0-11, never died once. Amazing game.